What's up, you filthy peasants? It's your mayor of DangerVille, Alistair, back once again to scratch that itchy Godzilla-shaped lump that's been growing in your brain. We have some new images of Godzilla Minus One merch, which gives us a closer look at that new design, and we even have a word from the director who clarifies what exactly Minus One even means, and how this Godzilla may be the most terrifying version ever put to screen. And we have a surprise reveal at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But first, the design. If you're thinking, DangerVille, didn't you make this video yesterday? The answer is no! This reveal came out after that video was released. Jacob has since died from rushing that video out, only for more images of the new Godzilla to come out immediately after it. But not to worry, Jacob, Alistair's here to save the day. And now, about that Godzilla, I was quite apprehensive about this look originally. It seemed like the same overall design that we've been looking at for the past few years from the 4D ride, which makes sense since the ride was also directed by Yakashi Yamazaki. But it's clear some altercations were made to it to improve the way it looked from multiple angles. The side profile especially doesn't have that ridiculous overbite anymore. Rawr, I'm the king of the monsters.
Godzilla.
And the rabbit hole goes even deeper than the ride when you realize he's only been perfecting the design he's been incorporating since 2007, when he included a Godzilla sequence in Always Sunset 2. So 16 years of refining has led us to this. And I gotta say, after looking at it more, it's definitely growing on me. Some renders of him look pretty good, but this image right here makes me feel tingly inside. Initially, I wasn't a fan of the more rounded, puppy-like design. It seemed less scary and less angular, but it's clear Toho is wanting something more traditional and recognizable that they can use as the face of the franchise over in Japan going forward. They've been using Shin Godzilla for the past 7 years, and of course that's been massively successful, but it is a bit scary to have on big displays, isn't it? And just look at that face. Tell me that isn't a monster that's just so happy to be causing so much death and destruction. I think I love the skin texture the most. It looks like a good mix between reptilian scales and bumpy mutated skin with scorch marks all over his body as if he's been freshly hit by the atomic bomb. I think his feet are still a little too big, but I really do like the way they look. They do give off a nice, natural reptilian vibe. His tail is also huge, which seems like it'll be necessary when it comes to slicing buildings in half, like what we saw in the trailer. One thing I've noticed people are having mixed opinions about are his huge dorsal plates. Some people love them, some hate them. I don't mind them personally. From some angles they almost look like a crown, which really emphasize that this is the king of the monsters. One thing I don't think I was expecting though was that this Godzilla has goji nipples. There they are, I wasn't lying. Whether this is intentional or not, this is easily the best addition that's ever been made to a new Godzilla design. This is just, well done. Outside of goji nipples, this Godzilla is chonky in all the right ways, and I love him. He's up there almost next to legendary Godzilla. Almost. From the listing made by Toho, it seems that they'll be selling an assortment of stickers and acrylic stand key holders, a phone case lanyard, and a cool-ass shirt. If you're a fan of the design, give this video a Kong-sized thumbs up to let us know. Next up, we have a word from the director who points out what we've been speculating on for the past few months now, and that's how dark the film will get. Post-war Japan lost everything. Bring in a presence that gives unprecedented despair, that adds another blow to it. With that in mind, the title Godzilla Minus One was born, and in order to depict that, together with the staff, we have created a setting that paints despair upon despair, with a figure of Godzilla that looks as if fear itself is walking. I think it's the culmination of the movies I've made so far, and I think it's become work worthy of being experienced rather than simply watched in a theater. I would like you to experience the most terrifying Godzilla in the best environment. So, this Godzilla is set to be the walking embodiment of fear, suffering, and despair. And whilst its design is incredible in its own right, it's the actions that will allow it to stand toe-to-toe with the gods of its past. He clarifies on the -1 title, and that's following Japan's defeat in World War II, they were at their lowest point, which was thought to be at 0. But then another blow is going to come in and somehow set them back even further, only creating more misery when they thought it couldn't get any worse. We already see this iteration of the King of the Monsters killing hundreds of people in a simple 30-second teaser. So just think about what he's going to do when we actually get to see the film. And yeah, the film is probably going to be awesome with tons of destruction, but it's also going to be a film that we leave still thinking about and reflecting on, due to how it mirrors the use and fallout of the atomic bomb and how it affected everyday civilian lives at the end of the war. This is something I've wanted all my life. A more grounded, personal story that takes us back to a sensitive time in Japanese history to explore the effects of the bomb and further dive into the connection between it and Godzilla. This horror film, if done right, has potential of being one of, if not the best Godzilla film ever made. Am I setting expectations too high? Maybe? I find it hard to imagine ever being disappointed by a Godzilla film. Except them. And finally, we have a fresh reveal for you. SH Monster Arts, acclaimed Godzilla figure maker, has just announced their version of the upcoming design, and he looks stunning. And we even get a closer look at some of the features, and something I found was elbow spikes? That's new. I like it. Looks like he could elbow another monster, and it definitely gives him something to cry about. Pre-orders, at least for Japan, open in July, and the figure releases in November, just in time for the film. Hello, this might look weird because I'm standing up for a change. I'd just like to say thank you to all the residents of DangerVille that have supported us, and to those new residents coming in from the Godzilla announcement, welcome. We hope you enjoy your stay. It's probably the best time ever to be a Godzilla fan, with the Monarch show right around the corner, -1 in December, and the new Empire in March. So you bet your ass we'll have tons to report on. I just wanted to say thank you. So that about wraps it up for today's update. What did you think about the new design? And the idea that -1 will be extremely harrowing? Let us know in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of DangerVille today. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.